Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 4. The WellPlay Invitational Grand Finals. Kaipi taking game 1 and game 3. Danish Bears looking quite good in game 2. And the last one went for a bit of a different draft to say the least, pulling out the sniper, but the brutal pick kind of screwed them over to some respect. But now a new game, new luck perhaps, as they do grab themselves up the IO. We're gonna have to deal with both the Spirit Break as well as the Nature's Prophet. My name is Dragon Job. I'm joined by Modpax. Modpax, how you doing? What are you thinking?
Oh, good. I mean, this is just like Spirit Breaker, Nature's Prophet, usually the partners to the IO, but instead they will be the arch nemesis in this game, and you're just looking to counter out that global strategy. This is the first time that the IO has slipped through that first pick ban phase, so KP's certainly assuming that Danish Bears were going to be picking it up here, and I really like this idea. You haven't seen them run it yet today. In fact, Danish Bears don't actually run it that often. They haven't even run it since they got Baby Knights, so what that ends up meaning is just you kind of come to think like, are they practiced with it? Is this something that they're ready to run? Maybe they're good at the hero, but are they like as good as some of these other strategies they've been running instead? So KP just throwing it at them. You're up a game. You want to see how they operate, and they're coming into it with a very clear plan up against the IO. Just that Spirit Breaker into it. And you talked about it earlier where you had the Spirit Breaker versus the Lifestealer, and him still being in the pool, that is definitely something that's on their mind.
Oh yeah.
So I really like this opener from KP.
Yeah, as good as Spirit Break is against the Lifestealer, is also quite decent with him. We haven't seen it too much, but a while ago, what was the phrase that was coined? The Rage Train or something like that? With the Infest into the Spirit Breaker, just charging across the map. They're chewing about. Also, Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I'd like to see it probably banned out by Danish Bears. I don't think they have a choice. Because if they leave it in the pool, KP are definitely going to grab it.
Well, then again, though, IO can help you sustain up and kind of around the Lifestealer with a defensive relocate. Timbersaw also decent enough. So maybe they're not too worried, but yes. I don't know.
I mean, you would have to grab like a better support, like a Bane or something 5 roll. I think would be pretty fantastic. Oh, actually, Bane would be like the best, I'm sure. For like, they're just gonna go Lifestealer Bane, and then either Puck or Queen of Pain mid for Sing Sing, and like this is just such a fantastic draft for them. So then you wonder like, what are Danish Bears gonna do? Are they gonna run like a DK IO mid and try and create enough space for like a safe lane Timbersaw? Judging by, like, I don't know. I'm not sure who plays their Timbersaw, if it's Baby Knight or not. Let's see. Doesn't look like he's been playing any recently.
I don't think they played a lot in general, but if I had to bet, it would be Joe. Be picking that one up.
Yeah, and just throwing it in the off lane, yeah. Or perhaps like a solo safe lane kind of a role.
Yep.
Reserve time.
I mean, they can't
really disagree with the Timbersaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strong hero these days, right? It's very hard to actually kill, just right clicks. So far, that's all the Kaipi really have. Spirit Breaker and Nature's Prophet have a decent amount of damage early on. The Timbersaw, you can just tank the creep here for a second. He's gonna stack up with reactive armor. The only question is whether he's actually gonna go for that kind of build. With reactive armor in the Timber Chain that would allow him to tank and also get out during that time that you buy. Whether he's focusing more on the Whirling Death to have a little bit more kind of laning presence, but that really depends on the kind of matchup that you're looking at. And Kaipi still keeping the options open a little bit themselves.
Yeah, it looks like they're almost kind of like baiting them into like the Lifestealer pick here as they go for that Witch Doctor. Another great support, much like the Bane up against the IO +1, but also offers a lot more pushing presence. Now you trade out some of that control, so you can't Fiend Script up the Timbersaw, and also I really like Bane because of the mana drain too, right? Like from Fiend Script, you Fiend Script that Timbersaw, maybe you don't get the full duration, or maybe you can't kill him during it because of the reactive armor.
Yep.
But that mana drain, I mean, that's one of the best options up against the Timbersaw, be it Nyx Assassin, Quaswex Invoker, any of those options here. So with the Beastmaster banned out, you kind of think like, what other options are left for KP to try and push this if they want to go into the full out? Like, do they run the DK? I don't think it's something they particularly enjoy, and it's also very dangerous versus the Timbersaw because it gives them an option to just run it in the mid lane. You need something that can actually go toe to toe with the Timber, and it could end up being just a Death Prophet, which isn't like really a big Sing Sing hero, but would do fairly well in this current setup.
Question is whether the Earthspirit now picked up for Danish Bears could then provide enough enough threat in the mid lane for Death Prophet. I mean, DP normally you say, alright, it's Bird Siphon pretty damn OP and just keeping you alive, but in the early levels, when you have a good material, something like an Invoker maybe still in the pool, yeah, you can actually bring them down quite quickly if you get the Earth Spirit with the roll connected. But Puck, bit of a different story. Kind of have to rely on him using his orb aggressively to farm, then you can go in, make something happen.
Puck is like, I say this, I literally say this every Puck draft, but I absolutely love Puck Nature's Prophet. It is like my favorite duo in like Dota 2. I think they just synergize so well together. High DPS offlaner, little control, high control mid laner, not the best DPS, like just that big heavy nuke potential, but they complement each other so well with the big range of initiation of Puck that you can set up the two so nicely together. Really helps out with that level 6 kill with the Dream Coil. I love it, man. I'm always down for this. And now the Sven being gone, you can't go into like mega AoE combinations or anything here, but they just have some great options left open. Maybe you don't want to go Lifestealer because it's the Bat Rider. It's kind of hand in hand, right? Like, yeah, you can lasso up the Lifestealer when he's raged, but he also won't be taking any damage from your Firefly and everything, so they will ban it out. It's just too good with both Puck, Spiritbreaker, and Nature's Prophet. I mean, can you really let that slip? I don't think
Not really,
so.
No. That'd just be asking for trouble.
And you start to think, like, do we want like a Lincoln's builder for eventually up against the Bat Rider? Is that what we're kind of considering? You definitely want someone who's mobile. I don't think you want like a Clinks or anything.
Weaver comes to mind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not the best.
Weaver's actually very good.
Not the best lane against Timbersaw, but I don't know. The bugs kind of counteract the extra armor that you get from the reactor power.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually pretty good, actually.
Danish bears themselves, they're looking for actually.
I think this is Baby Knight's hero. I think they're gonna look for a mid lane hero last, and I think they're gonna run safe lane Timber with a bat off lane. I'm gonna guess it. Well, whatever it is, I think this is Baby Knight's hero. However they end up laning, I don't think Baby Knight's playing Bat Rider or Timbersaw. I feel like they're gonna go back towards something like an Invoker or a Viper. Okay.
Viper against Puck, kind of still a Viper favorite matchup, even though it can dodge some of those right clicks with the phase shift that Viper normally relies on to just bring it down in lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, now this might change up what they were thinking of this last pick here.
5 seconds remaining.
So how
susceptible? Call. You could go Drow.
How susceptible is the Viper to rotations from Spiritbreaker and Nature's Prophet into the middle lane?
I mean, the thing about Viper is typically what ends up happening is you try and gank him with two heroes, and then both heroes die and the Viper lives, right? But with the Nature's Prophet and the Spiritbreaker, you're guaranteeing at least 3 heroes coming into these, and it could even be like a 4th assistance from like a global presence or something in some cases, depending on what their hero they draft. I mean, you have the ultimate from Nature's Prophet, of course. So overall, pretty good as far as it goes against ganking a Viper. The question is, do they think that the Puck needs more assistance, the Nature's Prophet needs more assistance, and do they go for that Drow up against a Timbersaw and a Bat Rider and an Io and an Earth Spirit? Like, those are 4 heroes that are extremely good at closing the gap onto that Drow Ranger. But
I don't know.
It's also so damn good.
That's kind of the question of how much balls do you have in Lambo drafting right now. We know how big his ones are.
I feel like he would want his like safe lane Bat Rider or something for himself even here. You know what I mean? Like something that he takes a little bit more aggressive early on. One of those more. What's another Bone 7 hero? Let me take a look at what he's been up to lately. Will just be the Weaver.
Okay.
Right. It's too good. They're just gonna go for it. It's something they have been running quite a bit as well. It's just one of those Bone 7 heroes that's left.
Yep. It's pretty good. It can scale together with Nature's Prophet, Spiritbreaker, and the Puck, so it's very synergistic in that sense for the entire lineup. But Weaver's one of these heroes that you cannot really play well from behind. Neither is the Puck, neither is anyone here really on the side of Kaipi. So if Danish Bears can shows a good early game, and Noya, we saw in game 2 what he could do on the Earth Spirit. So if he can repeat that kind of performance, if they can get a good start on the Bat Rider, maybe an early blink, if they can kind of focus, center around the Viper, keeping him alive, maybe if Kaipi overextend on top of him. You also have the rotation potential, that counter potential from the IO healing him up Earthbird kind of throwing out a stone here and there to kind of tip the scales a little bit back in favor of DP, and even if Kaipi commits 3 heroes, I can definitely see it working out for DB, but it's all gonna come down to the execution early.
Yeah, I can get on board with that one there. Well, I guess for now, no immediate action happening, so on the dire side, it will be KP. Gonna come with me, rocking on the Witch Doctor. It's gonna be Bone 7 on the Weaver. Sing Sing going to the mid lane on his famous Puck. Almost as famous as Mirana, but not quite there. There is Sexy Bambo on a Tusked Spearbreaker. Yo, this looks sick. Is this new? I am down with that. Anyway, he's got like the horns rocking here. And then 3-3, aka the Coon, on the Nature's Prophet in the Fountain Still.
The other side of the river, we're gonna have the Danish Bears looking to maul another target. It's gonna be Ace on the Timbersaw as the safe lane position that you were talking about. Baby Knight in mid on a Viper, Rise on the IO looking to help out wherever he's needed. Neuer on the Earthbird looking for the roams. That leaves the Batrider in that offlane played by Hester Joe. This of course is game number 4 in the finals of the WellPlay Invitational by Vitalbear. My name is Dragon Job, I'm joined by Marpax. Now, as the horn blows, the action can commence, but doesn't look like anyone wants to fight anybody just yet. Just gonna go for a 1-for-1 rune trade for the middle laners. Actually, okay, Bambo gets a charge through and gets a bounty rune of himself, denying it from Baby Knight, so a nice little start there.
Yeah, nice little play there. Not something you see all too often, but Hester Joe. Now he's going with this sneaky little Batrider play.
I've seen this backfire. But charge comes through. Rotation from Sing Sing as well.
This is actually dangerous. I'm surprised no one else is rotating, just because of how much damage the creeps are going to do here. Like if they had brought over the Witch Doctor or something as well, just for that additional stun and lockdown.
It's not actually all that much, Bambo. It's only with the charge you don't have the bash to go with it. You want a middle lane.
I know, but you stun him up, man. You get him caught up in those creeps. Like that's the play right there, I'm sure.
Hester Joe, though successful, he's gonna get his level 2 off of this. Sing Sing already with a bit of pressure from Neuer, he's still sitting around the draw at the ready.
But not quite.
Yeah, Sing Sing going on with the first point into the illusory orb. And they should get close to the wave now. This Baby Knight's just gonna keep right-clicking him down.
Yeah, he doesn't need it though up against the Earth Spirit. If he goes like first phase shift or something, he just gets killed.
Yeah.
Without question.
He is it now, so... They're taking quite a bit of damage, but yeah, this is what you would expect up against the Viper. Baby Knight's gonna dominate this lane even further, and... Yeah, how much help does Sing Sing need here? Do they just sack him again?
I don't know, man. They don't seem to like Sing Sing very much inside of KP. I don't know if he's gonna be like the next one to leave or something here, but this poor guy never gets any help. I'm sorry, low blow, Joe. Shout out to Joe, manager at KP. Oh, great guy. I'm sorry.
If you were sorry, you wouldn't have said it.
It's true. It's true. I'm really not sorry. Sing Sing though, already burning that salve and still a ways away from that bottle. See there, they get a little bit of help though. Bambo, he's hanging out down here. It is opening up some space to Hester Joe as he's close to level 3.
Though he just used the orb aggressively, but Baby Knight unable to really go close as the charge comes through onto Neuer. But hey, there's Rise. This is one of these reactions that I was talking about. Baby Knight once again unable to really get close enough to help chew through his tanky Spirit Breaker. Or at least can keep Baby Knight alive as the first blood comes through. Hester Joe. He actually drew a diving deep onto come with me. Give his own life for it though. Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of the classic Batrider play. You see that support and you're like, it's gonna help me get into my first big item, I'm just going for it. You end up feeding it over to the core. It seems to happen quite a bit in our Batrider games.
Still find it a little bit weird that the first blood goal actually doesn't show up in the fight recap. Just showed it as a 40 gold in favor of Batrider and then 300 or something for Bone 7.
Denied.
Because he's still got much more. But hey. Batrider first blood, almost level 4, so he's fine. Give me up stacks, but obviously there are sticks on Bone 7.
This is kind of an interesting matchup, eh? The whole Bat Rider versus the Weaver is we see Bambo and Noya trading hits down here. I don't think he's gonna die. I think his roll. He's still level 1. Should be fine. But anyway, there's a couple interesting interactions. Like on the one hand, you're a Weaver, so you don't have to worry about boots or move speed. It's yo, that Sprout down bottom. Oh
God, what?
He tried to separate himself with the Sprout, but Ace wisely holding the Whirling Death to the last second to punch his way through. Sorry, that was pretty hype. That was some solid stuff right there.
That's kind of the power of the Timber Saw.
anyway.
You can put on so much pressure early on if you find the right angles. Even though went for this reactive armor build just to keep himself alive. That's kind
And it looks like he'll be okay for now, but like Joe, he has to be kind of careful in like these stacks because you get so aggressive on someone like the Weaver, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna kill this Weaver, I'm gonna get him, and then suddenly he just Shikuchi's like, and you can't tell which direction he went. As you can see now, Joe, the minus armor, one more right click, can't get the range though, and the bug, not enough damage.
close enough though.
At
If
the same
Joe didn't
time.
have the Firefly there, he would have been dead for sure.
Alright, it looks like our Witch Doctor was trying to go for some sort of a play up here, ends up dying to the Eye at the same time.
So many kills that are just too late for.
Radiant's top
No,
tower
Bone 7, he
is
does have
under
the time that's available, so should be fine unless there's some instant kind of silence coming out. Noya is level 3 now. Does have it available, gets to roll into the silence here. They need a little bit more damage, they don't quite get it. Don't have the detection to actually catch him in Shikuchi. Nice little play, but not quite did the math correctly by the looks of it. At least they force him back to base. Now charge, still coming through onto Noya. Now Bambo will be sidestepped. There's help coming though, and it's gonna be Rise. Yeah, both of these heroes. Especially Space Cow, he's super tanky.
This is really weird. Well, I guess Baby Knight getting charged. They don't coil yet though, he's not level 6, so this is a little bit early for this.
It's going to get helped out too by Rise. TP comes in, Bambo not quite low, it's too low just yet. There's a cast coming out, bouncing back to Baby Knight, so he will end up falling with Sing Sing committing it deeper.
That's gonna give him coil.
His ultimate coming through, and Sexy Bambo just keeps the charge up. Rise, a couple of Rikes should do the trick here. The tower is focusing onto Bambo, not quite enough to bring him down still. Now, Noya also, next one on the list. Just
Someone cut me out, tangle me, come with me, help!
Yeah. They just both died to
That's
the
perfect.
tower, okay.
That was fantastic timing for that gank too. Just making sure that Sing Sing's able to crack level 6 after the first kill, allowing them to follow up with a double. They don't get that without coil, I don't think. But, so here's my issue right now. Ace went for the full 4 points in the reactive armor, up against only a Nature's Prophet in lane. Which, I know this is kind of like the build that everyone's going for, as we see Joe and Bone 7 duking out near this tower with Rise coming in. He should be okay though. Up against the Nature's Prophet, like all these trains and everything, all his damage is physical. 2 points, there's no way you're gonna die. Like there's a reason he still has 4 tangos and a salve. There's no reason to go forward. Like he could have TP'd into that fight in the mid lane if he had points up into his Whirling Death and the Timber Chain and turned that around with ease. And that is something as a Timber Saw that you always need to be looking for, because if you don't make those early rotation counterplays under towers, you're not gonna do shit until you get a Bloodstone. So Ace is like missing out on a big opportunity right now.
Maybe they figured that the heals from the IO would be enough to actually help out the Viper, but kind of inherent tankiness and the way that Kaipi were able to split the damage here between the heroes, then just outnumbering DB, having more damage to throw at them, kind of screwed with those plans a little bit. Yeah. Absolutely agreed though. I mean, just Timber Saw, we're gonna need to see some plays from Ace at some point, obviously. He's sitting on top of net worth, last hit shot at very least, net worth as well. It's gonna need to start throwing out some damage at some point.
Sing Sing in trouble mid.
Yeah, nice little couple of stones. Sing Sing's still alive, he gets a Corn to Rise. They really want to bring him down with charge as well, they will be able to. Noya trying to help out his wispy ball of light buddy. Will be right click down too, Baby Knight will trade only for come with me, and now the right clicks are there and no more help coming his way. It's a 3-for-1 trade at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, not looking good here. Side Danish Bears.
Going
Ace will get charged on. I mean, at least they can't kill him, right? Like
they should be able to.
Radiant's top tower is under
Oh,
attack.
the ultimate
Alright,
Sing
three heroes.
Sing has a DD. Do have the cast. Okay, maybe they can. Not
Yeah, they
first
actually
damage
only
between
right-clicked him like once. Just going all magic and the DD rune certainly helping out in that situation.
Yeah. That's the highest farmer down. Who's supposed to be super tanky. Same for Viper. I mean, he died twice in very short succession. That is not exactly the kind of game that you have in mind if you're running these heroes. You want to be able to dominate your lanes. You want to be impossible to kill. Then you want to turn that into something.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
This
top tower
this IO pick, I mean, we talked about it, right? Like they led it through the first phase. I think Kaipi knew that they were going to pick it up here, beside Danish Bears. And has it really done anything? Like the pairing isn't really there. Like it's really good with Batrider for sure. I definitely like that combo, but generally you still want that secondary hero, and I'm not quite seeing the synergy up from the Viper yet. Of course, he will be building into that mechanism, and that's when things really come online when it comes to that, like, you know, tether doubled up, super hard to kill Viper, super hard to kill Timbersaw, and if they had gotten off that good start that you mentioned during the draft, then maybe that would be possible, but no one's like helping when these rotations come in. Like, yeah, you were kind of starting to dumpster Sing Sing in the mid lane at the beginning, but of course, once the actual support started to help out, then that got turned around. Now he's just evened up here with the Viper.
The support from Kaipi is just so much more aggressive than DB supports.
Yeah, exactly. And once Bone 7 has his Linken's here, it looks like he's actually going for that first. I wonder if he'll... I don't know if he'll go for like a Dragonlance this game into something like the Linken's. Like, I do think you need that stat item first. And Deso's obviously going to be very good here up against that Batrider and Timbersaw.
I think it's going to be Linken's first, just because it's... it doesn't just protect you up against the lasso. Also make sure that you have the region to just keep sustaining yourself, keep Shakuching, keep swarming, and keep the lanes pushed out in that way as well. That you don't actually have to worry too much about the time lapse as well. So nice to play with. But now Sing Sing in soon runs into a sentry. Spotted out as SSJO gets a small little love tap on him. Nothing will come of that for either side. Ace is still farming, but so is Kaipi here now. The Hand of Mind is up on the Coon.
Yeah, I mean, Ace just has like so much to lift, man. Like, oh, he's going in. He's trying to do some plays here. We all know that Spirit. Oh, Bambo, man, with the jukes, that move speed, popping it with the W there, using that empowering haste to maximum effect. This is their time now. Danish Bears. The blink is done. Treads, blink, Windlace. Smoke also purchased up here for our Batrider. So he wants to combo up with Baby Knight, wants to combo up with the Wisp here. And they've actually gone with the Dragonlance first for the Viper, so not going to go straight in that mechanism. Try and get a little bit more damage and general tank ability stacked on. Gotta believe the Danish Bears plan.
Next level to mid-chain, the relocate is ready. Yeah, absolutely right. Just to wait time for them to go. The smoked up has to Joe leading the charge with the fly looking for the blink last on the Sing Sing, but knows something's amiss. No one being in top lane and everything. Smoke will break, and they will not catch anyone just yet. Same time, actually come with me. He smoked up himself. As a charge comes through onto Ace, will be cancelled though. Vice would be there to try and help, and not come with me. Might be a sacrifice here as Ace actually misses the secondary timber chain. It's more mana to play with the Wiz kind of committing for that. But we'll get come with me. Get that freebie, and I'll also get the middle tower, but at the same time, top lane, Bone 7, he's just merely farming away. And can you really afford that? Pre-farm Weave at this stage.
To be fair, the Timbersaw and the Viper are both above him, so slightly impressive from the side of Danish Bears, obviously. With how free farming he is, I'm not a fan of this Linken's first, like, ever. Okay, yeah, he goes back for the Dragonlance. I like that. Okay. I think I would have preferred actually even the Deso first, but at least this one item will be good enough. It does mean that he has skipped the treads. I wasn't sure if that's what he was going to turn that Band of Elven Skin into. Just get a little bit more of this, like, rotating move speed versus just actually, you know, move speed during the fight, but Dragonlance will help out enough with the damage. He has max swarm.
Ace will be charged up. 4 years of Kaipi coming in. Defensive relocate by the looks of it is there. Hasijo actually goes for the lasso anyway. A bit of a miscommunication. Or just
team?
Yeah. That was a clear example of miscommunication here. Rise will have to sacrifice himself as well. Cannot tether to any creeper that will be far enough away. So that's 2 heroes down with only one should have been killed would be the IO. Kaipi get themselves a couple of extra kills.
At least they didn't have the Timbersaw lost, so it's gonna keep on farming. That's pretty important for them. But that first lasso not working out the way that you intended to. Now the side of KP can just group up and start forcing down towers. They have Nature's Prophet. They're very threatening too. Like any sort of vision, which by the way, this entire series, every time they're on Dire side, this board has been active from KP, like the whole game, and always scouting out rotations coming down these bottom 2 towers.
Let's see the ace. Let's see ace being quite alone. Now another one
he's
comes
looking
up.
for the bounce.
Confirm that.
Come with me, not gonna go for it though.
Easily started charging him actually. Might still decide.
All right,
to do
guys.
So if he should keep showing
This
him
is
that,
it.
but-
All you DP fans out there, give them your energy. Give this Timbersaw the power. Give him that nuclear reactor, man. Like, he needs something going here. 12 charges on the Bloodstone. Your farm speed is insane with this item. And as long as he doesn't die, he can keep that up. Of course, I'd love to get a couple kills to keep that going. Oh, he's going in.
Oh god.
Come with me here.
It's all alone. The
Risky
charge
play,
comes
though.
through though.
Oh, he's
Sinksing
very
is there
dead.
as well. No bounces from the cast. Come with me, actually TP's out. Kaipi called it off. Tessie Joe was also making his way in. Yeah,
Possibly worried about a smoke, just because of the way that they were moving, and they don't have any vision like anywhere else.
Also,
Yeah,
also
that
just the
was
Bat Rider himself, right? If you get last on Sing Sing, Ace can just quickly change focus and burst him down. Right, it's
Yeah,
a chain with a pure damage, bit of a chakram. That should be all. That should be all that's needed. Now 3 heroes committed here to bring down Rise. Charge, TP, and Sing Sing coming in. Noya, what are you doing? Setting up for something here. Ace is dead. Do get the last on the Sing Sing now. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Hey, bursting down just like that, but hey, come with me. Looks for bounce, doesn't actually get it. Ace, he's super tanky. He does not give a damn
Yeah,
about
that
the
is
death
not
ward.
going to do anything.
It's not ever going to work, and now come with me. Takes a bit of burst damage here. Another charge comes through, and the backlines as they find Noya. Can take him out of the fight. And Ace is still working on his pesky little juking Witch Doctor. Fine, we'll be able to punch him down, so it's still going to be a 3-for-1 trade at the very end. As they do bring down the Spellbreaker. Going in a little bit too deep after the, with that kill. Baby Knight's actually asserting his dominance in the field. Now he can easily finish up that mechanism if he wants to.
Yeah, really important turnaround here for the side. Danish Bears definitely can't emphasize that
Yeah,
enough.
absolutely.
Looking like
Ace,
they want
look
to
at
take
this.
us into a game 5. 15 charges. Yo, Arcane Rune. Someone please show yourself. Let me give you the good gospel of Timbersaw. Ace. Oh, look how fast he's going to farm right now. I mean, this is insane. 20.7 regen. Like, the cooldowns are just nothing right now. 2.8 seconds on the Timber Chain. Few heroes can do quite as much with the rune. It's basically like him and a Storm Spirit in a lot of ways here. So, all right, Bone 7, you're close into that Aghanim, or the Lincoln Sphere rather. Jeez, Bone 7, Aghanim Scepter first. Seen a couple of those on the Weavers, but or the Bat Riders.
Oh
But
god,
anyway,
no!
we won't go back into that game.
I'm not quite sure what's
Yes.
worse, on the Weaver or the Bat Rider.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the 2-man gank down bottom. I'm kind of surprised that there's no single point of Maldic here for Come With Me, just considering how tanky in general, like the Viper and the Timbersaw, and even the Earth Spirit too. Like you know, a couple strength heroes here. This could be useful up against. But actually, Earth Spirit and Bat Rider, same HP right now. Wow, isn't that wild, guys?
1080.
Too.
1080, no scope, 3 scope, I don't know. They're smoked up, they're looking for Bone 7, there's no Lincoln Sphere just yet, so they can just get the vision, but the smoke will be popped with the Chikuji forward. And Bone 7, does have another one. Will be just fine. Hashtag space graded though, as Baby Knight was chipping, slowly but surely chipping away at top tier 1. Bring that one down, it's still sitting at his gold. What's he gonna do with that? Hasn't decided yet.
I'm not sure.
Maelstrom, okay.
Just chilling with it.
Pick
So
up the-
no mechanism, just casual, you know.
Do you think that they
Unless
can
Come With Me might be in trouble. Oh, even the lasso. All right, well he might be dead, guys.
Maybe.
Can you imagine if he got out of this somehow?
Uh,
Like somehow a Cass could just TP'd home. The dream. Top lane, Sing Sing. Nah, they already used the silence though.
oh, look at this burst damage though from Nature's Prophet ult. Not quite
Mega
enough. On the
Force!
roll!
Oh,
It's
nice.
there! Neuer gets a snipe off, and even though he will die now to bone 7, it's probably worth it. Meanwhile, back though, charge coming through, the TP in from 33. Not so much now. So
Yeah,
did get
big
both
bash
the
is coming out
Viper
there.
and the IO.
Baby Knight feeling the wrath. So that ends up being a big swing over the side of the Dire. Now Sing Sing loses out, but of course the Spirit Breaker gaining almost 600 gold there to himself can really help propel that 4 roll, especially with that Midas that he already slammed up there. You know, very common on our Night Stalkers or Spirit Breakers. Try and keep them relevant throughout the course of the game, especially Spirit Breaker, because honestly, all he really wants is a BKB. Like, what else do you really need on this hero, right? It's like Midas or drums, and then a BKB. And
Moonshot,
of
man.
course, I mean,
Charge wins that.
Moonshot. The infinite bashes.
Just build 2 moonshots and you're done. You're set for life. Never stop
Now,
bashing.
although I wasn't a giant fan of the way Ace built early in the game, just because like the current conditions, I feel like he might have, you know, misskilled based on how the game was going. This time, I think his items are 100% correct for the way it's going. Like the fact that he's able to get up that really quick 15 charges and now into 16, with not having died since he picked up this Bloodstone, the Boots of Travel just means that he can maximize the use of this mana regen right now. Like, he's still unkillable because it's this early in the game. They don't have any good ways to take him as they are getting down 3-3 here. Mr. the Coon. Drop the Firefly.
Bash is not strong enough this time, and yeah, it's kind of a hard one to bring down, especially with Come With Me there, kind of trying to run interference. The nice little ultimate cancel there for a while. Now the Death Ward comes through, brings down Neuer, but now Ace had enough time to make his way in. Looking for the burst on Machine, should be able to bring down Come With Me with the heals coming out after the stick charge, not going to be enough. And Rice keeping Batroid alive a little bit longer, making sure the Bone 7 can't get that quick kill and focus on someone else. That's a 3 for 2, not the best trade for DB, but once again, Bloodstone charges for Ace. He keeps stacking them up, now up to 18.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit insane here.
And also
It's not only
money
the
he's
fact that he
getting,
can-
right? He can go for the Octarine Call, making him even tankier, much harder to deal with.
Yeah, he's got a couple different options here. I almost kind of want like a Shiva's Guard here, this game too.
That too,
Be a
yeah.
pretty fantastic item. But in general right now, like just being able to farm up everyone, look at his mana regen, 25.7. Like not only can he go from lane to lane with the Boots of Travel, but of course he's making sure he's going to be involved in these team fights as much as possible. And he goes for the Blink Dagger first. Of course, definitely an enemy always wanting your Timber Saw to make sure you can maximize the damage from your Timber Chain. You can just like hop right on top of people and go for your combos from there.
Yep.
So eventually you have to fill out one of those slots with it, so I might as well just get it now. And they're smoked up, man. Hesitor, he's got that lasso. Wants to get active and aggressive. They have vision on Come With Me. He should just be dead here.
I commit the lasso here. Cast comes out, but nothing bounce through into the stone. Ace is there. Let's make that 19 Bloodstone charges. Oh, charge from a Sexy Bamboo actually being cancelled, but now he might
Can
be
I
in
get a
trouble.
20?
Body blocks are there. Just goes for the ultimate. Just seeing that he will be end up being brought down anyway. Was real misplay. Go for the charge there, putting himself in a compromising position. Same time, if the rest of
mana
Kaipi,
regen.
yeah, if the rest of Kaipi would have also tried to respond to that, Baby Knight and Rise and just relocate away.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
This is where the lineup really comes to fruition as well. If they need that these extra heroes, they will have them. Up top, they never really left without the Bad Rider, without the lasso. They can't quite bring down Bone 7. Even then, he did finish up the Lincolns. But there's a 4-star from the Bad Rider, so if you're quick enough, you can still cancel that one out.
Yeah, that is true. Just one more element to watch out for and see if he does grab that Deso up soon. Just 150 gold away, but it will be the Shadow Blade for Bambo. I like this too. Another pretty standard item here on the Spirit Breaker. Top lane. They're looking to go on Bone 7, but I mean, although Lincoln's doesn't help you against the Earth Spirit, it's still very hard to sync anything up and
Look
do
at all these
much up
sentry
against them.
walls. Sentry, sentry, sentry. It's 2 sentries even.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're spamming
Oh,
wards
it's
here,
just-
guys.
The panic sentries. Yeah, bit of a smoke up there on the side of Kaipi. They want to try and get some extra control back in this game as the Viper. Baby Knight just making use of the space as much as he could. Go straight for the Maelstrom. The Bajalna, actually. It's the upgrade
Yeah,
part.
I think they're just sensing that there's not quite enough damage. Like now with the Deso, that might have changed a bit, but still so tanky that it's more valuable for him to go into more damage than just survivability. So seeing that Treant, they might know that they're in Roche. It's a pretty standard play to have that scouting right here when you're in there, but it doesn't look like they're in any position to contest this.
Yeah.
As Ace is still just farming hard top, and he's actually going straight for the Aghanim Scepter by the looks of it.
Roshan has
Yep.
fallen to the dark.
Could still be the Octarine. Want to go for that instead, but at this point you don't necessarily need it to be unkillable. Speaking of killing, Sexy Bambo looking for a target. Noya throws out a stone.
Oh, now
Try
they
and
know
set
this
up
is
for
warded
something,
though.
but now Hesi Joe is on front lines. Bone 7 gets the box on a couple of people here. The call comes out too. And look at the magnetize zone. Absolutely everybody. Ace comes through, swipes. Not through anyone here, but the magnetize enough to take out 2. And bring down force a couple more back to
And they
base.
get
Bone
this
7
Aegis,
he
though.
wants to get Rise. And he will be able to do that too. Sessajo and Noya also ended up falling, but AC is still rampaging about. 3 for 3 trade in the end.
Wow.
Aegis is still alive, but Bone 7 he cannot carry the entire Evo's team to victory. Can he 1v1 Baby Knight? I guess he can with the box command as well, maybe not. Maybe not. The
Doesn't look
Maelstrom is a
like
bit
it.
too much.
Gotta do the math there on that corrosive skin. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh wait, let's see, my HP versus his HP. That's not gonna work out very well in my favor. Surprised Sing Sing went down, honestly. Having both the Yules and the Blink Dagger with no solid control out from the side of Danish Bears. I can understand how it happened is that he used the orb going for a kill instead of using it for an escape, which, you know, that tends to be what screws you over as a puck. But unable to sync those cooldowns together between the orb, the phase shift, and the Yule Scepter to escape.
Also, once again, Ace, he gets into these fights, and he always can almost with the boots of travel. It's just a juggernaut. It's so hard to deal with. Can provide so much damage here. You saw the Timber Chain coming through from the high grounds here to pretty much everyone, plus the Magnetize. Noya making the big plays there. And speaking of plays, Blink lasts onto Sexy Bambo. TP comes in from Ace. Should be enough to burst him down. And now Ace finds Sing Sing in the back here with
Sing Sing
Noya's
as
combo.
well.
You need a bit more damage though. Does get the coil off. Didn't want to commit for this. You'll step the Ace preps that. Another phase shift. So annoying to deal with here. So he will survive. Now Noya caught with a cast as well as a death war. He will be able to
Is
roll
he
out.
gonna live?
Nah, the
Wow,
last right
that's
click
close.
will follow him now. Hesi Joe gets the blink out barely in time. Another TP from Bone 7. The call will miss, but
Oh,
at
the
least he gets
bugs
the
hit
bugs
Hesta.
on the Bat Rider. Diving a little bit too deep here, trying to go for this puck kill. This time around, Sing Sing. He was able to chain these things together properly.
Yeah, that was a little bit too YOLO there.
Yeah.
And now
Okay,
Ace
look at-
having a second consideration here. He hops off the point booster and actually grabs himself up that plate mail. So more standard in the Shiva's Guard, especially when you look up against like this Weaver and everything.
Yep.
We've seen a couple of Timbersaws do this though, where you just get this casual point booster for a while. Like eventually you're going to build one of the 2 items out of it between the eggs and the Octarine.
Yep.
So that extra mana can be very crucial, especially when you have so much regen to work with.
What else are we looking at here? Maelstrom Bambo, he's about to finish up the Shadow Blade with these last couple of kills on him though. Able to really get that at a really good time. I'm just running towards the mid. I mean, do you think the Spirit Break has done enough already this game? Do you think Sexy Bambo needs to find some sort of better angles to get more control in a team fight?
He was pretty instrumental in the early phase when he needed to be, when it comes down to the like securing the mid lane and helping out Sing Sing so he doesn't get totally destroyed by the Viper. So I think like he's done a lot, and he also does help when it comes to like these team fights, like bashing through and stuff like that, and trying to save some of his allies too with some charges, giving them a little bit of counter global presence, but still has a lot of work to do.
Top lane, we'll find Hesi Joe on the
Gonna
way.
charge through Hesta. Nice raindrop, nerd. Took down one of the charges. That's worth. So it's actually a Lotus Orb, by the way, I picked up here, and that's a really solid item for Timbersaw as well. Of course, should have been considering that one there. And it does help against the silence of the puck, and the Orchid, of course, from the Nature's Prophet. So it's like basically your pseudo BKB for when you don't want to buy it. I still think Shiva's obviously is very good up against the right-click damage of the Nature's Prophet and the minus armor coming out from the Weaver, but if you can't cast spells with Timbersaw, you're just useless. So if you're not going to buy the BKB, then the Lotus Orb's always going to be a good option.
It's not gonna actually have the slots for sure.
Oh, that's a nice lasso.
Rise. Brought down the backlines here. Lasso onto 3 pops the BKB. Might just be able to make his way out here. The trees will be taken care of, but they don't have to follow up damage. Just a wisp going down on the backlines here. Charge through, and Bambo, he will stop that from happening. Noya rolls out. Sing Sing still looking for more with a Buxton Bone. Not actually connecting. Noya will TP out. It looks like it just called a general retreat. Ace able to make it for the time being. As Joe, not so lucky.
Yeah, Joe trying the Ghost Scepter TP play, but Sing Sing wisely just gonna use him up in the air, purge off that Ghost Scepter, and allow Bone 7 to finish him off with ease. So nice little exchange there.
Now. No Roshan, obviously, his Aegis just expired.
Dire's middle
Gonna
tower
have
is
to
under
respond to top
attack.
lane as well, where Baby Knight was at. Oh, they actually have the vision from the charge from this Observer Ward, signs him up. He's quite tanky. Now Ace makes an appearance here. Sexy Bambo just annihilates, and now Rise coming in to try and help. Nice little cast into Deathward from Come With Me, but it's not quite enough damage from no one else helping. Cast still enough to keep them away for the time being, but Neuer is out for blood here. Finds Sing Sing in the back line, Sealed Scepter.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So hard to deal with. He can just blink straight out of that phase shift. They're gonna have to just settle for Come With Me in the back lines. But hey, Bloodstone Charge is a Bloodstone Charge, up to 26 now.
Yeah, KP doing the only thing they can do though. Bone 7 and the Nature's Prophet down bottom here.
Top tower is
They
under
try and put some pressure on with this Deso.
Well, as
what
Joe
are the
say,
options
you
they
pop the
have?
link in, so they get the
Force
lasso on Bone 7. Ace with a TP in. Need a bit more damage to it. Gets the time lapse off. Can they keep track of him here? They have the dust. No purging off. Follow-ups control from Neuer, and this shall be a dead Bone 7. And that is a lot of extra gold going the way of Ace. And
My God,
DP
this
there.
man.
Yeah, maybe the question was is built early. But there's no doubt about his skills in this particular hero. He's just been bringing it every single time he's been involved in a team fight.
27 kills with the Bloodstone, well, 27 charges rather, the Bloodstone, as we now see another pick off up top there.
God.
Baby Knight just taking on two. No real concerns.
Oh, wow.
Extremely difficult to deal with
He's
the Viper.
He's also kind of sneaked up on us, right? He wasn't really part of these, of a lot of these skirmishes. He's kind of just been farming away, split pushing. Now Samantha started to go with his, Mjolnir,
Dire's
his
bottom
Dragon
tower
Lance.
is under attack.
Yeah, can you actually kill the Viper now?
I mean, it's not looking that way. I'm really surprised that Come With Me hasn't gone for Maledict. I feel like that's a really good spell against tanky heroes. Every stage in the game.
Does he still not have it? Oh god,
Dire's bottom
No, he's doing the stats heal Witch Doctor build.
that's a bit hard. Yeah. Okay, Ace. Just being annoying at this stage.
tower is under attack.
Well, not a lot of trees around to really get the most of pure damage in. Yeah, he's just gonna go straight for the Octarine. The one thing that you can actually buy completely from the secret shop. Let's finish this up, that point booster with it. I almost like him to
Yeah, it's an
see.
interesting trade-off, right? Like, it's as Bambo's being chased down here, but like you're opting for more survivability over heavier damage output when it comes to the Agnum Scepter. And with how much mana he has, I'm kind of surprised he didn't actually opt for the eggs myself. But
They see Bambo now. The Shadow Blade wore off. Ace.
oh, wrong way, wrong way!
Did you not see him?
No, fire! Oh, flame break, flame break! Oh, I can't see him.
Ah, there it is.
Oh.
Neuer with the snipe.
That'll help.
You failed the acid test.
Alright. Okay. Couple of item pickups now. Boots of Travel on the Viper, Gem on the Io, which is gonna be very nice because the Shadow Blade and the Weaver. But there's a Diffusal Blade on that said Weaver. So, Bone 7. Ah. Nice lasso once again. Come with me, that should be an easy pick.
I mean, he is just getting brutalized this game. He's
Okay,
11
silenced up.
deaths.
This pops the... Actually 3 people around him and just trying to bring him down. They're struggling so far, bringing him down to half health with all the magic nukes. But now... Oh, yeah.
Destined suicide, though.
That ultimate coming in. That was the ultimate from Nature's Prophet bouncing back. He was not quite expecting that much burst damage to come out. And now Neuer actually gets directly down by Bone 7. The Hesijo, next one coming in. Kind of threading in one by one. But obviously Ace with that many charges is gonna come right back without even having to expend the buyback. But at the very least the charge is down to a manageable 19 despite the Sing Sing kill, but just to get its own
Manageable.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loses
You know.
10 charges on the death. It still has 41 mana regen. Seems good.
I say manageable,
Yeah.
but it's really not. It just goes to show how crazy Ace is playing right now.
And no surprise, I'll head right into that Roche pit too. Time to start going to work. And it looks like he's chosen his 6th item to be the Shiva's Guard. for Ace. Just one more item here to just help kite like the blinks from the puck, as well as just like the Weaver damage output. Of course, overall attack speed slow, and the bonus armor for his team. So no Aghanim Scepter this game, guys. You know, no Alchemist here to help him out.
I guess
Got
at some
banned out,
point...
instead they had to go with the Viper.
I guess at some point, if one of these supports can actually pick up the Lotus Orb, you can replace that one with the Axe. The game goes that late. On top lane, Bone 7 actually don't get the follow-up stun there from Noya. They do get the dust on top of him. It's already coaching out quite far. Relocate though, not
relocate
quite
cancelled? Oh, he stunned him.
I don't
That
know.
right
Okay,
of
down
flame.
to the bottom lane, he'll find Sexy Bambo on the
Yeah, it was
Spirit
Bambo.
Breaker, and will be brought down at the same time. The Coon, he dropped to Ace. So they find kills across the map even.
That was a good play by Bambo, though. He stopped the Spirit Breaker, or rather, he stopped the relocate.
Okay.
That's why he died. And then he tried to run away with the Shadow Blade, and of course they have the gem to spot him out, though. But he definitely saved Bone 7's life. He would have been dead.
So this is why I have you on. Better overview over these kind of things. Looking at the major pickoffs.
Yeah, I'm digging this logo for KP and their fountain, by the way. Do you see this thing?
What?
Their little logo that's like in front of their base and everything. It's pretty sick. Little
just see.
Firebird. I mean, maybe that will give them hope. They're reborn, guys, without Zvi. It's a phoenix.
Cast comes through, will be sucked up by Ace and bounce further. And Baby Knight, he's just going deep. He wants a piece of this pie. He doesn't want to have Ace get all the kills.
How did you kill him
Bone
twice?
7! Oh, he used a time lapse! Bone 7 has just been bursting down here! And the cast actually being reflected back to come with me, but yeah, the actual cast kind of bounce quite nicely here through DB, but it
I
didn't
mean,
end up
you saw
setting
how
anything
fast
up.
he died, honestly. Did he have a choice? Like, he had to go for that play.
Yeah,
And there's the Bloodthorn. Maybe that's enough.
I don't know, the Bucks come out here, catch Rise as well. And DB just falling back and deal with those. Now the cast being bounced back here, actually stopping Sexy Bambo on his tracks with a charge. Sing Sing comes in for the silence here. The backline's trying to deal with these heroes as the frontline's Ace just going ham. Right clicks down, the Witch Doctor. Baby Knight comes back with the Aegis. Now looking for more. They actually still need them in the backlines. The charge, actually, never mind. Rise, that's Joe Noya. They take care of the Spirit Breaker. And Kaipi. Looks like it's gonna be the 2-2 after all. Ace and frontline's unkillable. Noya creating so much problems. Baby Knight, yes, the secondary damage here. The last one in the BKB. Kind of laced stuff a little bit, but Baby Knight, well, he's racking for a decent amount of damage right now. Bone 7, yeah, he might be able to make it back to base, but without his friends, there's no way that he can actually take this team fight. No one even died here. The only thing they claimed was the Aegis, throwing everything they had at the B, and it's gonna be one set of racks and gonna go straight for the second one. One last play perhaps with the Blink Coil, therefore is available as well. That's Joe.
Yeah.
Not lasting 25 seconds. I'm not gonna be there for a while. Hey, it's not gonna be enough.
I gotta say, like, talking about the Spirit Breaker pick, he did do a ton of work in that engagement right there. Like, just always in the back lines. I mean, it was in the mid, but you know what I mean. Like, back there, just trying to stop their full force from being in there. But Ace and Baby Knight are just so tanky that the other 4 heroes on KP can't even deal with them. So it doesn't even matter how much
Just
space
see it,
that
Sing
Sam was
Sing.
able to make at this point.
Just picked up a scythe. The charge comes through on the backlines here, trying to take the battle out of the equation. Now the call on the front, but Ace, he's just looking for a target. Come with me with the Death Ward, doing an okay amount. But Baby Knight, well, he has plenty of armor, plenty of health points to deal with. that. GG well played is called indeed. DB, a little bit too strong. Timbersaw, no solution for that particular hero. And what a game! What a finals! Gonna go to game 5, Malpax.
Great Timbersaw pick that game. And this Ace playing it, and you know, once he had that Bloodstone, only died once the entire time. Yeah, he lost 10 charges. But that's only because he was at 28, because he totally crushed this game. 14, 2, and 10. Not the easiest game to get a bunch of kills, too. I mean, a Weaver and a Puck, very slippery opponents, but they just kind of kept feeding off Come With Me and Bambo till they got to a ridiculous state.
Yep.
And that he was just, you know, he didn't even have to kill Weaver. He only died twice this whole game on Bone 7, but even a Weaver with a high DPS output, not enough to handle it. Seems like maybe KP needed to get more done in the early game, like maybe an earlier build from the Weaver, try and sync up with that Puck in the Nature's Prophet if they wanted this draft to work out and get very aggressive, but DB just built tanky enough that there was nothing they could do, and we get to go to game number 5, the Dream.
Yep. Game number 5. Both of these teams only one game away from getting the better part of the €3,000 prize pool. 2,500 for the first place, only 500 for the second place, so it is quite a big difference, to say the least. We'll find out which of these teams will claim the grand prize in just a couple of moments' time.